Hey, good morning. Welcome to Hobby Evolution, episode 1647. It's hump day. It's trash day, trash only day. My wife's home now, although she had to gets home last night, has to go back to the office at 9 a.m. for a meeting this morning. So guess who's down here? Hey, it's Ernie. How can I get out of the way? Ernie! There's Ernie. I just got to move everything around. Ernie, what's up? What are you doing? What are you doing? Trying to eat cardboard. All right, what's going on? Happy Wednesday. We are back to somewhat of a routine, a little different routine. Actually, it's kind of the same routine I've had. Because my wife had to get up early, go to the office this morning, so I'm on Ernie duty. So Ernie's had his breakfast. He's had his morning poop. You're probably due for a second poop, aren't you? And then we're gonna go to doggy daycare. Was in shipping. I've been in shipping hell the last 2 days, although it's not that bad. It's not that bad. Normally, yeah, with the buy it now, it would be bad. 700, 700, cards to ship, items to ship. But it's not that bad. Although it was 4 different auctions. So that does expand the buyers that purchase. So it's kind of fun. It's a double-edged sword. I like the daytime like bargain because it's like it's a small room, so it's like 5 buyers. 200 cards going to 5 buyers. Boom. Sort them out. 5 piles. Ship them. You're done. Bigger auctions, especially when it comes to slabs. I'm shipping in boxes. I'm shipping in standard envelopes. I'm shipping in bubble mailers. So it gets it's more time consuming. The bigger. What are you doing? Hey, I can use that. That's bubble mailer or bubble wrap. That's going to make a fucking mess. That's something Future Bo can handle. So did a lot of shipping yesterday. Today I was kind of wanting to go to the card shop today, but I just won't have time. I've got a few things left to ship this morning, and then my wife's big party is tomorrow night. So I've got to get the card room finished up, although it's making good traction on it. You're a little troublemaker. So yeah. So I did buy, speaking of buying, I did buy, I think I talked about this yesterday, the collector investor auctions. I bought I think it was an 11 card lot of Mickey Mantle. Last night was the Denichi auctions. I think it was their inaugural. And ended up winning 13 lots, which and I'm really happy with some of the lots. I got the 1989 Score Supplemental Bo Jackson autographed. And it's a Beckett 10, I think. Sold for $156 plus the buyer's premium. So less than $200. Last 3 sales on that are between $440 to $500. Now I'm going to run it on eBay Live. So will it hit that number? Maybe, maybe not. What else did I got a hockey lot. Where's Cody at? Cody's here. I got a 19 slab lot, all BGS 9.5. I don't even know. I just saw 19 hockey and I put in like $10 per slab max bid. after the buyer's premium, and I think I ended up getting them for like $4 a slab after the premium. Let's see. I got the Gale Sayers rookie. I got the 1985 USFL set, and I think it might be wrapped. But I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to unwrap it. We're going to sell those singles. All right, so let's see. I don't know if I've got my, do I have my invoice yet? Ooh, no invoice yet. Come on, I want to pay and get these cards. All right, so the Bo Jackson score supplemental autograph. I got a 10-card 1965 Topps, 10 slabs, and they're commons, but they're mid-grade. Pitching leaders that features Juan Marichal in a PSA 6.5, a Wally Moon PSA 7, the checklist in a PSA 7. That actually might be a decent. That might be a buy it now in my eBay store. Rocky Colavito in a PSA 6, the Cubs rookies in a PSA 6, Cap Peterson in a PSA 7, Mets rookie stars in a PSA 6. Andre Rogers in a PSA 5, Boog Powell in a PSA 7, Wes Covington in a PSA 7. And I ended up getting those for about $13 a slab, $14 a slab. The 89 Topps traded Barry Sanders BCCG 10. And you're like, why would you buy that? But I was shocked by the Jeter. Like, now I'm curious because the Jeter sells for like 125 to 150 in a BCCG 10. What's the Barry Sanders? And that's just on a buy now. I got like 30 for that Jeter on live. The guy didn't pay for it. Made me extra $100. Thank you, deadbeat buyer. Oh wow. So this is not in the same vein as the Derek Jeter. So they're selling all over the place. Most recent sale was after shipping about $43, $16. That's crazy. 47, 75, 50, 52, 48, 80, 37, and about 40. So all over the board. I think mine was, what was mine? 55. I bought so that's one that's like, that I probably overbid on that one. This one I'm excited about. The 1987 Circle K. Let me just show you. I got let's just share my screen. So I got the 87 Circle K, Coca-Cola, Super Match, Hulk Hogan autographed, Beckett authenticated. So that's 290 plus premium is probably about what those go for. Well, it's on the low end. I think I paid what I pay for my like modern flawless Panini auto with Mike Tyson in the background, which, since it's not a Hogan on his own, takes the value down. I think I paid $260 or $270. That was the lowest priced. Everything else I saw at Chicago, like 5 or 6 Hogan autographs, they were all above $300. Let's see. What else did I win? The Gale Sayers rookie, 1966 Philadelphia Gale Sayers rookie in a PSA 4. I was a little surprised this Tim Brown auto went for $38. I lost out on it, but wasn't something that I really cared. I got a Topps Heritage Real One autographed Jim Cott for $12. It's a pretty good deal. The 54 Bowman Willie Mays SGC 1.5. Two Tiger Woods junk slabs, mint 10s. About $8 a slab. Let's see. I'm probably going to so this JJ McCarthy had a reserve on it. It's a Pigskin Laces 1 of 1. As I got caught up in the auctions, like in real time, I was getting caught up in the auctions, and I initially had like a $250, like I just put in a bid, just okay, if I get it for $250, that's a steal. But then as it got closer, I'm like, that's a 1 of 1. JJ McCarthy's been playing better. He's still a rookie. This is a huge card. So it did have a reserve on it. I bid up to 460, which ended up and would end up being over 500 with the buyer's premium. I'm assuming, I don't know what the reserve was. I'm assuming the reserve was 500, which it hit 460 was what it sold. So my bid was 440. So 460 was the winning bid, but there was a reserve on it. I was looking up similar Pigskin Laces 1 of 1. The Brian Thomas wide receiver, there's no quarterback sales on Pigskin Laces. The Brian Thomas, I think, sold for just shy of 400. I was only looking at eBay sold. There was some other, like Trey McBride, I think, sold for like 300, 350 maybe. So I'm like, man, if I could get this for $550, it could potentially be $1,000 card. But I held off. So 460 was the winning bid on that. My high bid was 440. I'm like, do I go to 460? At this point, it's like 500 is probably the reserve. And I'm like, so I just bowed out. I won the 85 USFL complete set. Okay, so it is wrapped by BBCE. I'm gonna unwrap it. 140. I don't even know what the comps are on this. Let's see. 85 Topps USFL. Let's type in BBCE to see. Oh wow, the last one sold for 300. 250, so 260 after ship. 160 back in November. 200. Okay, so they're kind of all over the board. One sold for 300. These are all BBC authenticated. So that's one that it's like. So this is something 140 plus the buyer's premium, which puts it up at let's see, what would that be? 128, 168. So about 170. $170. This is something I would probably put. What was that last sale? This is probably something I'd put in my store. $325 or best offer. Get some attention in my eBay store. Where in the hell is my? There we go. So that's something I'll probably put as a buy it now in my store, just to get some views in my store. Oh, here's the 19 card Upper Deck Hockey rookie lot, all graded BGS 9.5. So from 2005 to 2007. I don't know any. Oh, Zach Parisi, I think I've heard of him. Ryan Suter, I've heard of him. Henrik Lundqvist, I think I've heard of him. The other guy, I think those are the only three that I've heard of. Henrik Lundqvist, Ryan Suter, Brad Boys, Ryan Whitney, Ryan Getzlaff, Zach Parisi, Johan Franzen, Michel Hulette, RJ Umberger, Ryan Miller, Renee Bork, Sam Gagner, Mark Stahl, Nicholas Backstrom, Eric Johnson, Peter Mueller, Tyler Kennedy, Yuri Talusti, Jonathan Bernier. So, I mean, I got that for $44. So that's like $3 or $4 a slab. Pretty good deal. 56 Topps Hank Aaron in an SGC2. 69 Topps Clemente SGC5. 66 Mantle in an SGC4. So those were my wins. So ended up getting 13 lots in last night's. All right. So let's go to the chat. That 70s card store is here. Eat enough of that bubble wrap and you won't need to take him to poop for a few weeks. I know, we got to get that bubble wrap out of his mouth. Kosovo, the official, what's going on? How's the home gym working out for you? The home gym. It hasn't been used in about a year. We don't even use it to like hang stuff or put stuff on the treadmill. It's just a treadmill and the cycle thing, but the whatever it's called. Offbeat All-Stars, what's going on? Good morning, long time no see. Cody, good morning. Get that dog some food. He is well fed. He's on his turkey. So he gets the farmer's dog. And there's 3 recipes. We alternate. He gets turkey, pork, and beef. So basically 1 week he gets beef, the next week he gets turkey, and then he gets pork. And I think he likes the turkey the best, and then pork, and then beef, which is surprising because he loves red meat. He loves hamburger. But the turkey, man, and he didn't like, we gave him a little bit of turkey at Thanksgiving. He ate it, but it wasn't like, he wasn't going nuts like he would be a freaking hamburger. The turkey, and I warm it up for him because he's fucking spoiled. And I think the reason so now that I've warmed up now, and he has never had like an issue eating, like he loves to eat. But sometimes it's like, meh. But now that I've been heating up his bowl, man, he really like the warm turkey, warm beef, warm pork. He gobbles it up. But I think I had to start that trend because the turkey takes longer to thaw. It's more because I don't think it's the turkey is not as filling. So you feed him a larger portion. And so it takes longer to thaw. And so I think it was still like not frozen, but like parts were like semi-frozen. So I put it in the microwave and like he just fucking went to town. So I'm like, okay, let's try this. And plus I'm sure it tastes better. Like, I mean, who wants to eat cold meat? Eat some cold turkey. I mean, cold turkey, cold beef. Jody's in the house. Good morning. Carrie's in the house. What's going on? The hits keep coming. Fanatics is now dealing with rigged brakes and a lawsuit in the UK. I'm just going to go back to enjoying my vintage collection. Yeah, here's another one. Here's the thing so I read through this. I was just kind of hanging out on the couch last night. And so I read through some of what was going on with this whole situation in the UK. The guy who was served by Fanatics or served a cease and desist, I think. I cannot imagine. I'd like to see, and I hope they sue the shit out of this guy, just so we can see what. I just want to see the discovery, because for him to be served a cease and desist, he must have been like sending a bunch of shit, like harassing. So, it's interesting. Will anything come out of it? Probably not. Gem City says, good morning. That 70s Card Show says, a lot of slabs there. You think you landed them on the cheap due to the current events? No, I don't think so. I think I landed them on the cheap because it was the first auction. It was their first auction, and I don't think there wasn't much publicity on it. So I think that's probably the biggest reason. I think I got the hockey slabs really on the cheap because there's probably no hockey. I mean, it was a pretty baseball heavy auction. And it was kind of that might have been the only hockey. There might have been some other hockey. I doubt it though. But if there's only like one hockey lot and it's here's just a whole bunch of slabs, it's almost like an afterthought. It's kind of like the guy with the big showcase with the thousands of dollars in cards in the showcase, and then he's got like a small shoebox of bargain cards. Like most people are going to pass that up. This is why I love going to look through bargain boxes of guys with showcases with $10,000 cards, because a bargain box to them might be $50 and it might be, I'm just going to sell all these for $5. So it's like if I see a small shoebox on a Pokemon table, it's all Pokemon and there's a box of sports cards, I'm going to go through that box. You might find some deals. So I think that's probably more so. I don't think it has anything to do with the current events. That 70s Card Show says, I'm trapped in my basement awaiting the maids. They have cable guy hours, sometimes between 9 and 5. That's my biggest pet peeve with cleaners. You never know. And so, however, I do like, we hired new maids, new cleaners. We hired new cleaners recently, like a couple months ago. Now, I like their schedule they're still like, you never know when they're going to show up. It's usually between like our old old cleaners showed up anywhere between 9 a.m. and 9 and 5, basically. Yeah. I think the 4:30 is the latest. And at that point, because they're here for like an hour and a half, it's like, it's dinner time and you're still cleaning the kitchen. What the hell? The new service seems to be a little more compact in their time, in their hours, like between like 10 and 2 or 10 and 1. They're pretty solid. I also like the problem with our old cleaner service is I take morning shits. And, usually my morning shit with my mushroom coffee, like my morning shit's a little like, and I'm sleeping in too. So it's 9 o'clock. I'm going to talk here for probably another half an hour. It's going to be like 9:45. I'm going to take Ernie to daycare. I'm going to get home at like 10:15. I'm going to make my coffee before I take him to school. And then it's going to like rumble around. I'm probably going to ship a little bit. And all of a sudden it's like 11 o'clock. Oh, I better take a shit. And fuck, the maids may show up. The cleaners may show up as I'm taking a fucking nasty shit, stinking up the bathroom. And the worst part is that walk of shame, because the old service cleaned my basement first, which there's a good side and a bad side to that. The good side is they're in and out. Like they come in, they do my basement, and they're upstairs the rest of the time because it doesn't take much time to do my basement, surprisingly. So that I can go on and about my day. However, the downside is if I'm taking a shit when they come, like they're coming straight to the basement and they're going to hit the bottom of the stairs being like, ooh, we got to clean that fucking bathroom after that guy just took a dump. Shit. So the new cleaners do the upstairs first and then they end in the basement, which is better because it lets the bathroom air out for an hour. But it also delays me eating like yesterday, they were here yesterday, delayed me eating my lunch. So I'm like, fuck it. I got to go upstairs. I'm hungry. So first world problems right there. Offbeat All-Star says, taking a break from card collecting. I've spent the last 6 years being more active in the hobby than I ever have been, taking a step back until I have more free time. Will be fun to dig through my collection when I get the itch again. Maybe have a few rookies of the next Pujols. There you go. That's always. I took breaks throughout my collecting from when I started in 1988, 89, all the way through 2000. I got back into the hobby in 2012, but I didn't take a break since 2012, but I alternated what I collected. Like I was big into, like in 2012 to 2014, I was a big autographed baseball collector. And so that was where my collecting focus was. What else was I collecting? That might've been like my main collection up until I started I was trying to become a set builder at one point. In like 2014, 15, maybe even to 2016. And it wasn't until I started the Cubs project at the end of 2017 where I had like a focus that I've actually stuck with for 8 years. And obviously that takes, I'm not going out and buying. Sometimes I go to a card show, don't buy a Cubs card. Usually I do. I'll find something in a dollar box. Because I'll still, like, when I'm going through bargain boxes, I'm still picking out a pile of Cubs. So yeah, and it'll be fun. You'll be re-energized or just energized when you're back. That 70s Card Show says wrestling is great if you're into loose women and pen pals, or loose women who can write and lick a stamp. Shane's in the house. Good morning. Dr. Beckett confirmed what I found out yesterday. Kevin Isaacson not staying on it, Beckett. Likely means this is a Nat Turner passion project as opposed to an SGC squash. Interesting. In other news, I've been focused on baseball sales this month, and I'm on pace for my best month in 3 years back on eBay. Baseball is still king, and it's not close as far as the secondary market. I agree with that 100%. Even when I was doing bulk listings, volume listings, when I was listing, I could list 1,000 basketball cards or football cards in a day, and it would be a small percent of what my baseball sales would be. If I listed 1,000 baseball cards in a day, like I would see a ton of sales. 1,000 football cards, not as many, maybe half. Basketball, I'd be lucky to sell a few. And then obviously anything else was not good. Baseball definitely still king. And that's the interesting thing about live selling is completely different. Football has been king for me lately. Now I'm also seeing like a decline as we go, just like any other, like mid-season. You think, well, it's mid-season, that's going to be the time to sell football cards. No, it's like July, August, September is like the best time. Like that's when I was just making bank on football. Now I still do well on football, and I'll capture, but there's sometimes where I'll list a card that the night before sells for $20 and it sells for $2 the next night. In football, it's very hot and cold. Baseball's usually pretty steady. Right now, my baseball with live selling, my prospects are like dead on arrival. And that's been the case for several months. I don't even like Bowman stuff. I don't even look at when I'm sourcing, because it's a solid loser on live. Now that'll probably change in the next couple months. We'll see. It'll be interesting to see how that changes. And when I did start, so I started kind of at the tail end of what would be considered prospecting season. But early on, like those April, May shows was pretty prospect heavy. I was getting a lot of baseball sales on prospects. But it's been dead the last several months. That 70s Card Show says, what is your parrot barking at? Is he choking on the bubbles? Gem City laughs. That 70s Card Show says, Kevin Isaacson was Southern Hobby. He was brought into corporate as a Band-Aid, a generic one at that. PSA smart not to get involved in the dying distribution racket. 608 says, some good names in that hockey list. Is this all eBay buys? This was from Denichi Auctions. They had their inaugural auction last night. That dude from Duryea says, stopped at my local shop yesterday. There are a lot of holiday packages of cards, with I think is cool. And I'm going to continue to preach about this. Just like my thoughts on Flagship, I think Topps should be printing the fucking shit out of Flagship, baseball, basketball, and when they get the football license. Just print the fucking shit out of it. That should always be accessible. Like, it was like the COVID era when people are clearing shelves of Topps Flagship. Like, what are you doing? Flagship should just be printed to the moon. Who cares? Holiday packages should be overproduced also. I like it. I like the holiday packages. It's fun. 5 years ago, even during the COVID era, you couldn't find product on the shelves because people were hoarding. But right before COVID, there was no product on the shelves. Like December was like dead. And I always, and there's probably a Hobby Evolution episode. Well, Hobby Evolution started in 2020, but there might've been a Hobby Evolution episode back in the Christmas of 2020 or Christmas of 2021, where I'm talking about how it sucks that there's never any products at Target and Walmart during the biggest holiday shopping season, or biggest shopping time of the year. Every year my mom's like, well, she'd usually bring me like junk wax packs from the antique mall because she couldn't find, like, Walmart didn't have any packs. And it's like, why are companies not putting product out around Christmas time? Like, this is fucking, you're losing so much potential people buying. And so finally now we're starting to see a ton of product, which I think is great. People are spending money right now. Put products in people's hands. I mean, shit. People are spending money hand over fist right now. Put products in their hands. That 70s Card Show says this is a lot like the Topps deal. Pluck the flagship, leave the other divisions on the vine. Buy the vine, not the tree. Gem City says, whoa, Brian is alive. Who's Brian? That 70s Card Show says, my guy eats Dr. Marty's food. It's more expensive than the unlimited dining plan at Virginia Tech. I know, man. The good stuff is expensive. The farmer fresh food is expensive. Smells like crickets and comes in small bags. Supposed to help senior dogs, and it does. Excellent. Offbeat says, alive and well. Oh, Brian, this is Brian. Offbeat All-Stars Brian. Alive and well. New job has been crazy. Retail hours suck. Oh, man. And I'm sure even more so here this time of year. Hoping to get back with a distributor, but this will have to do for now. Still learning a lot about the industry. Dahmer liked cold meat. Shane says that Lundqvist 9.5 should pay for all of them. Ooh, that's good. Gem City says, I could see PSA selling Beckett to Fanatics. There was never a way Fanatics would buy them because of the Southern hobby. Shane says 0% chance of that happening. 0.1%. There's always a chance. 0.1. Gem City says, okay, I trust you know more than me, just my nonsense idea. That 70s Card Show says, I snuck upstairs for a preemptive dookie. I locked the doors to the house. We also have spray in each bathroom. I hate spray. I hate poop spray. Because the only thing worse than a bathroom that smells like shit is a bathroom that smells like shit and flowers. Like that, the shit potpourri shit smell is fucking awful. Just deal with the shit smell. Light a match. There you go. Basement has a secure locked door. Maids have never been down here. I'm sure they're wondering about my goings on. Probably think I'm dealing blow. Beckett has been on life support. It isn't worth whatever it was paid for it. I agree. And all these people, the funny thing is, all of these true collectors out there that are bitching about monopolies, many of them have said that Beckett was irrelevant. Well, why is it all of a sudden relevant that PSA buys them after they've been irrelevant in a shit company for the last 5 years? All of a sudden now it's like, oh, now they're a monopoly. More importantly, Fanatics has the backing to buy whatever they want, whenever they want. I'm sure their lawyers have been reading a lot of reference material lately. Gem City says, I mean, Fanatics could buy it all and have a complete monopoly and collect $200. Gundy, good morning. Shane says, Isaacson has been tied to Beckett in one way or another since the early 10s. A clean break here is huge for the hobby. Kevin Isaacson may be the most uninteresting person I've ever spent time with. I believe he communicates in grunts. Mid-season football sales, which is why your take on J.J. McCarthy surprises me that ship may have sailed. So this is a good point, John. This is a great point because there's only 3 games of the season left. By the time this would get shipped, by the time I would receive this card, there's only going to be 2, maybe even 1. I don't know how they ship. This is their first auction. I might not get it till after the season. And then I'm sitting on this card. Now, I think it's a liquid enough card. I mean, I think even in a down, I think it's probably still even in a down market. It's a one of one. It's a, I think if JJ McCarthy finishes strong, he's probably going to be one of the most chased quarterbacks going into next season. That's my thought. If he finishes the next 3 games strong, if he just has pedestrian numbers or below average or gets hurt, then it's probably like, and now all of a sudden, I mean, it's hot or cold. JJ McCarthy's either going to be this is the hobby in a nutshell. JJ McCarthy is either going to be the next big thing for 2026, or he's going to be a bust. Like there's no in the middle. It's all or nothing on JJ. So it is interesting. And I thought about that as I was bidding, and that's probably why I held off, because I'm thinking about it and it's like, oh, there's only 3 games left of the season. If I don't move this now, like I basically got 2 games for JJ to like have an awesome game for me to like highlight this in a live sale or put it on my eBay store, get a bunch of attention for an eBay live event. But time's running out. We got 3 games left, and I don't even have an invoice yet. And the auction just ended, so that's fair. But this week's a goner, and next week could be a goner. I might be looking, if I won that, I might be looking. I'm banking on 1 game. Otherwise, I'm sitting on this. I probably wouldn't. I'd probably still move it. I'd put it in my eBay stores and buy it now, and eventually, because I have a short attention span, just like everybody else in the hobby, where it's like February or January, and I'm like, fuck it, I'm just gonna put this on an eBay live. It's burning a hole in my pocket. I hope someone sells to someone else soon. It's been 2 days since the hobby has been appended. I heard that 80s card show is set to purchase that 70s card show. So much Topps flagship basketball at Target. Oh man, it's crazy. And I love it. I love it. My bathroom spray smells like pre-war cards. Gem City says, I love to play Monopoly. Jody says, I just notified that my high number heritage is being delivered today from Texas. So I have a 1 day, I'm in the 1 day shipping window, and I don't think I have my ship. Well, I haven't checked this morning, so maybe I do. Let's see my orders, because Topps Chrome Basketball tomorrow is release day. Still processing. So what's this? Sign up to be notified for Topps Chrome Basketball. Learn more. So is tomorrow not? So did they push it back? So there's a countdown on. There's a countdown on Topps for Topps Chrome Basketball, and the countdown is going to tomorrow. But they're just putting more up. Of course. Print Topps Chrome to the moon. All right, let me see. All right, I want to view my order. The release date was initially like 2 weeks ago. All right, I wonder if there's anything in the blowout forums. First buzz. All right. Nothing there. So yesterday, somebody on Blowout received shipping for my 2 hobby boxes. So, okay. So that's good. And I am in the 1 day shipping window, but it's like, come on, I want to see that shipping notification. Shane says, not irrelevant. One Piece folks grade with BGS. Interesting. I am curious if they make each grader a specialized division: vintage, SGC, Beckett for relics and thick cards, etc. My first thought. I would like, and I don't, and I kind of talked about this yesterday where I would like to see that, like, but I don't know if I would like it to go that far. I would like it to go as SGC is the only vintage pre-1952 grader. I know that causes some problem because, well, there's pre-war and PSA slabs and there's pre-war and Beckett slabs and da. But I would like this is our, I don't know. JJ McCarthy is Jackson Dart without the accompanying blue tent, a flash in the pan. They are well into burying SGC. SGC had a lot more life in it than BGS. That's true. BGS will be a quicker burial. I don't know. I mean, can anything make Beckett worse than it already is? Like, I think this is great. Like, it gives them a shot in the arm, whether they just put them out to pasture or any improvement is going to be leaps and bounds better than the current Beckett product. CGC will become the new hobby darling. I highly disagree with that. Again, short attention spans. People will forget PSA still king. Gundy says McCarthy has played well the last 2 games with as high of a pick. They aren't going to give up on him yet. And if he starts to connect with Jefferson, he could take the next step. Oh, I completely agree. However, the hobby does not agree. If he does not, it doesn't matter how well he's played the last 2 games. He's had an injury history. And if he would get hurt, like, and I think that would be his death knell within the hobby. And I'm not talking about his career. But if McCarthy would get hurt in these next 3 games, like, he's a bust by the hobby. Because he's been hurt. He's missed some games this year too. So, and I know he's played well. That's why it's like, this could be a good buy. But any type of like downturn and the hobby thinks he's a bust. That dude says, however, it may be an intellectual property thing like a slab design or customer base. Shane says, I disagree, John. Dollar gentleman's bet, trading places style. Max says, keep PSA and shut the rest down. Was all garbage anyways. John says, there's no efficiencies in running 3 entities that do the same thing with different supply chains and mechanisms. I agree. It's just, but every company says this. Oh, it's business as usual. Everybody knows it's not business as usual. It's probably like a 1-year thing. And when that 1 year is up, all of a sudden it's like, oh, where'd SGC go? Where'd Beckett go? All right. Where'd I go? Dat dude says equity guys are always looking to bolt on companies. I'm going to be back on eBay Live tonight. It's been a lonely 2 nights without my eBay live streams. So back tonight, I'm just going to be cleaning up some random stuff. I did get a stack of slabs in the mail yesterday, so I'll have some of that. Going to be pretty much like not lower end, but I'm not going to have any heavy. I don't think I'll have many heavy hitters. So we'll see. Maybe run some packs. Might do some lots. We'll see. I think I'm going on at 7 tonight. I think that's what I scheduled for it. So I've scheduled out a bunch of auctions. Finally, it's something I've been talking about forever. Like, I need to be better at scheduling out my auctions. So tonight, 7:00 for Collector's Corner. If I get my Topps Chrome tomorrow night, 7:00 will be Topps Chrome release day. If I don't, that's okay. If I don't get my Topps Chrome tomorrow, I won't do an eBay Live because my wife has 50 women coming over. So, but I've got to do a stream. If I get the Topps Chrome basketball, I've got to do a stream. If not, I'm going to the bar. Friday night, I'm doing bargain box steals. We're going to do a lot of bargain box stuff on Friday night. I plan on heading to the Waukesha card show on Saturday. So I'm going to do a card show pickups sale on Saturday night. Sunday night singles. I will be going live on Christmas night, 7 p.m. Central. And then Sunday, December 28th, I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to do a top 40. The eBay Live top 40. I'm going to bring you 40 of the biggest cards that I've had to date. Now, maybe some of them may not be as big as some other ones, but I'm going to highlight 40 really big cards on just really big for me. All right. We're not doing, well, maybe we'll do a Michael Jordan rookie, possibly if I get one in the next 2 weeks. But there's not going to be any 52 Topps mantles. There's not going to be any PSA 9 Hank Aaron rookies. But you never know what is going to come up. I'm still sourcing for that show. So 40 auctions. That's it. 40 big auctions. I'll do 30-second auctions with 10 seconds or with 10 seconds, 30 seconds with extended bidding. And I'll probably keep dollar starts on all of these. It's like, why not? So December 28th, eBay Live Top 40. Where are we at? Gundy says, I'm just saying going into next year without injury. I think with or without injury, JJ McCarthy is a solid quarterback. But if he doesn't have a solid quarterback by playing standard, I'm talking two different things. By playing standards, yeah, of course, they're not going to give up on him in 2026. Like JJ McCarthy is going to be the quarterback next year, regardless if he plays like shit the next 3 games or not. If he plays like shit the next 3 games, he's going to be a bust by the hobby. Like his stuff is going to tank. Nobody's going to buy his stuff. Nobody with an asterisk. People will still buy his stuff, but at a deep discount. The hobby and the play on the field, two completely different things. The hobby will think he's a bust. The Vikings will still have him at quarterback, whether he'll be a bust or not. Max says, how about billion-dollar companies lie? LOL. There you go. All right. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Join me tonight, 7 o'clock Central, eBay Live. That's what I had for today. Have a great one. See you.